and welcome back to the Learning News Network. I'm your reporter, Todd Pezza. Exciting reports coming in from the Master's program at Royal Roads University in Canada, as a veritable dream team of students has been working on a special project. The team includes Angie Maximetz, Katie Brown, Andrea Livingstone, and some random guy. The group has produced a team toolkit for successful change in digital learning. The team worked to address the idea that organizations large and small are missing a simple yet comprehensive roadmap for integrating digital learning. The toolkit addresses 4 critical components of this integration: readiness, planning, implementation, and evaluation. The group says readiness is used to determine whether the organization is prepared to take action. It contains a checklist. This checklist is designed to assess the organization's willingness and ability to take the necessary actions to implement change successfully. The checklist can be used as a pre-planning tool or to take stock of the current state of any organization. It can also be used to help promote coordinated collective action. The checklist in the toolkit contains key considerations that organizations should think about prior to implementing change. In essence, if the organization can answer yes to each of the questions, then you are in good shape to move into the planning phase of the project. Keeping these questions in mind throughout the project may also assist to maintain confidence and motivation with the stakeholders, and the group believes this may mean the difference between successful implementation and wasted resources. Once the organization has been deemed ready, the critical planning stage can begin. Planning begins with data collection. The team advises we are to analyze the current situation of the organization and the opportunities for future technology enhancements. This is where we should consider the bigger picture of the organization to ensure the implications of all the stages are considered. The next step is to identify strengths. Here, we collect valuable insight on existing resources that can help move the implementation forward. This information can be used to ensure the team is properly resourced for success. Next, the group advises us to consider constraints. Using information gathered from the previous stages, barriers and organizational weaknesses are identified as opportunities to improve, and a plan is created and action to solve them. Risks are now identified and strategies are put in place to minimize or eliminate them. Next, consultation with key stakeholders occurs to allocate resources and map time and cost parameters for the project. The team states that buy-in is absolutely necessary, and now is a good time to assess and address it. We should then define activities. Based on the data and the information the organization now possesses, they can outline the proper tasks required to move the initiative forward effectively. From here, proper role and task descriptions can create accountability and structure, allowing for a proper work stream with less unknown factors. Next, we move to implementation. The Dream Team suggests that regular surveillance, communication, and management of the project's progress should occur. The challenges, risks, schedules, and resource use all affect quality and should be monitored throughout the entire implementation process. The implementation process is then divided into 3 phases: change management, execution, and integration. Change management prepares the organization and stakeholders through prototyping and iteration before the program fully launches, and by providing training and support to anyone who will be affected by the implementation. Execution is the full implementation of the change. The work involved may vary with different digital learning projects, but some universally useful suggestions for use are put forward in the toolkit. After execution, project objectives begin to be measured. The final phase of implementation includes evaluation for integration and future consideration, which leads nicely to evaluation. The evaluation stage asks, was the project implemented properly? Did the users like it? Did learning occur? Did it provide value? And how can it be improved? The term adherence is used to categorize how closely the implementation matched the original mandate. Reaction, or how the users felt about it, tests the feeling associated with the project. 2 levels of learner performance are assessed, challenging the technical effectiveness of the learning itself. Next, a value proposition is tested with the executive level stakeholders. And finally, critical questions are posed to evaluate the impact of the implementation and to guide further improvement. Well, an interesting concept put forward by some keen minds over at Royal Roads. We here at Channel 19 wish them all the best. Be sure to tune in tomorrow when our investigative news team tackles the question, are university professors and instructors all aliens? The answer may surprise you. This has been Todd Pezzer on behalf of All the Learning News Network. Thanks for tuning in.